there, friends. Today we're exploring a frequently misunderstood topic, eating correctly. In this video, I'm going to explain all the fundamentals you need to start. I'm not a certified nutritionist or medical professional. The information I'll be sharing is based on general knowledge and personal experience, intended for educational purposes only. I encourage you to share your corrections in the comments. But let's start. So, what does diet mean? Diet is not about eating less. It's about the union of your daily and weekly habits towards eating. They can be both bad or good ones. When you eat, you assume a certain number of kilocalories, a unit of measurement to measure energy in foods. Each person has a daily calorie intake, which is the number of kilocalories he needs to assume daily in order to survive. It only accounts for basic vital functions such as breathing and seeing. It does not account for stuff like walking and general exercise. You can calculate yours using the formulas I placed here. So, if you eat fewer calories than your daily calorie intake, you lose weight. Otherwise, you gain weight. That doesn't account for exercise, which burns calories. But we'll get there. To understand if you need to gain, maintain, or lose weight, you can check the body mass index. You can calculate it by using the formula shown here. It's not a very trustable source. And it's not something you should focus on, as, for example, bodybuilders with lots of muscle could result overweight, but it's a good general measurement. I know what you're thinking. If I know how much calories has the stuff I eat daily, I can eat whatever I want. If that doesn't goes over my daily calories intake, that would be too easy. It's not only about quantity, but it's also about quality. In order to gain or lose weight correctly, you need to think of the quality of what you eat. Do you want to lose muscle mass or fat mass? If you're obese, fats, of course. So you need to check what you're eating. We can divide food into 3 main macronutrients: carbohydrates, proteins, fats. The recommended percentages of each one are the ones below. Carbohydrates are also divided into sugars, and you should not exaggerate with them, while fats are divided into unsaturated and saturated ones. You should always favor the first ones. I know, it's all good until you need to measure every single chemical particle to see if it's a protein or a fat. To simplify that, we have what's called a food pyramid. The food pyramid is a system that allows you to know how much you should eat of a chosen food. This image sucks, so for another one on your own. But the point is that the food pyramid is based on the Mediterranean diet, which has been proven to be the most successful diet out there by lots of studies and research. You simply need to follow this diet by using the pyramid. But don't forget about water. It's as important as food, and the average person generally needs about 2 liters of it during the day. I recommend you take little sips. Of course, there could be some adjustments to do on the diet based on your goals and activities. The more common ones are the ones shown below. Gym rats may need more proteins to build muscle mass. At the same time, if you want to build lean body mass, you need to favor unsaturated fats over saturated ones, as they're almost always better. Then, if you spend lots of time on high-intensity activities, you want to make sure you eat enough carbohydrates and sugars. After all this technical stuff, you need to understand that diet isn't only about eating. It's about lifestyle. It's just one of the things you need to do to be a healthy human being. Other stuff might be exercising weekly, sleeping at least 8 hours, or reading 10 pages of a book each day. Exercise is strictly linked with diet, as it burns calories and allows you to eat more. Lose fat and build muscle, but that's just an oversimplification. It also boosts your mental health, your cardiovascular health, your bone health, your lifespan, and so on. So, do not think of a diet as something you must do in order to reach a goal, such as losing weight, and then it just disappears forever. Diet is about daily habits over the course of your entire life, so it's something you need to follow for the rest of your life. But that's not as scary as it sounds. You don't need a strict diet. It doesn't have to be something you hate to do. It can and should be something enjoyable and satisfying to follow. Balance is key, and you build that balance based on your goals. Of course, if you want to be an extra shredded bodybuilder, you'll need big sacrifice in order to reach that goal. But most of the people just want good health with a good body. And I can promise you, if you follow the stuff described in this video, by gaining more experience and by adjusting what I said to your personal situation, you can reach a very good body with an enjoyable diet. Of course, as I said before, I'm not a nutritionist, and neither are you. So I recommend that you still go to a nutritionist. He will be able to make the perfect diet for you, based on your personal situation. The goal of this video was to make you understand the basics of correct eating in order to make you understand that you need to change. Thanks for watching, Spongy Friends.